Welcome to Midway USA. My name is Henry and I'm from 9-Hole Reviews. Now today on the show we're going to talk about the Garmin Xero chronograph. This has become one of the most crucial pieces of my kit as we go out and evaluate not just rifles but also ammunition. Now chronographs have been a vital part of a serious shooter's toolbox. And by calculating the velocity of a projectile that you know the weight, you'll know not only how much energy you're delivering downrange, but if this projectile matches up with a regulation or an in-spec cartridge for your rifle. So it's not only for performance, but it's also for safety's sake. And that is doubly crucial for reloaders like I. And today, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I've got some cartridges loaded up to the Swedish M41 spec. I'm going to be shooting it out of the Swedish M38 rifle. And then I've also got some cartridges that I've loaded up on the side with a new type of powder that I'm trying to duplicate the speed that the regulation cartridge puts out. And so this chronograph is going to tell me exactly how much deviation between the two cartridges there are, because of course the powder charge is different. So let's get on with it. Once you turn the Garmin on, you select the grain weight of the projectile and you select the general speed of the projectile. Typically this is to determine if you're working with supersonic or subsonic ammunition. For most of the high-powered rifles, it would be on the higher velocity category. And once you do that, you just have it on record. And so far, accuracy has been fairly good. But the most interesting thing is you get immediate feedback on your projectiles that you put downrange. Alright, so it looks like this was hovering at a 25-35 average. Now, let's see how my reloads match up to that. And for that, I will start a new segment. So this load is a little bit hotter than I like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the reloading bench and have to tone it down. But you can see as a diagnosis tool, this is able to tell me exactly how fast my projectiles are going with quite good accuracy. And on the side, we can also see that it shows you the minimum velocity, the maximum velocity of the string, and the average feet per second. Now, we'll show you what it looks like when you also plug it into your phone, where it also gives you a standard deviation and a full breakdown of these things. Now, this doesn't just apply to vintage rifle shooters. This is something that also the precision rifle community perhaps could look into as you're developing an ideal load for your rifle. This is also something that just general shooters could use to clock the performance of the cartridges that they're shooting. Not only does it show the actual speed, though, it also does a quick analysis for you to show you the immediate mean, and also it shows you the standard deviation, which the standard deviation tells you how much variance there is between different cartridges. And by seeing that, you'll be able to also evaluate the quality and consistency of the ammunition that you're shooting. So, all things put together, this little small device that charges no different than an iPhone, once you power it on, you can select the grain weight and the general parameters that you're trying to measure the speed. You'll be able to obtain the velocity real time, and it syncs over to your phone, so you can scroll through and be able to pull historical data. This small little device packs so much new technology in it that, frankly, has been something that we've all been looking for in the community and didn't know that we wanted it until we saw this. And so I highly recommend this. Very rarely do you run into products that I could just blanket state this particular item can bring me years and years of use, but I can for this particular chronograph. And I can absolutely say this by saying that not only did we buy one, but we bought two for both Josh and I to use. In fact, in one of our recent videos involving the Steyr AUG LMG, so the long barrel machine gun, you'll see that one of the projectiles actually shot really low. And I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, so Josh had suggested for me to go back and look at the data, and we realized, yes, that one cartridge was loaded to shoot slightly slower.
What might be interesting is, does the Garmin actually record the string of fire, or is it just one?
Yeah, it does. I could actually.
We could see if it was a standard deviation problem in post-production. Splash just low right. We'll see if there was a velocity problem with that round, where maybe it didn't have as much powder, so it came in low.
Okay.
Or we can check and see if it was maybe had something to do with loading the bipod or pressure on the barrel.
So thanks again for tuning into Midway USA. I hope you found this segment on the Garmin Xero X1 useful. My name is Henry. I'm from 9-Hole Reviews, and we will see you guys on the range.
716, this is Steel 96, 4 Vic, 8 packs, Redcon 1, green to green. How copy, over?
Steel 96, this is 716, roger, over. 1 Steel 91.